Hi, everyone. Welcome back to All Kinds of Advice. So, for today, we are going to delve into a topic that's been buzzing lately, all inspired by Megan Thee Stallion's recent message. So, for this episode, I want you to grab your favorite drink, find a comfy spot if you're into other snacks such as chips, chocolate, perhaps even a sandwich. Grab it, that's fine. And let's jump into this insightful discussion. This episode is going to be spicy, and I'm here for it. Okay. So, apparently, Megan Thee Stallion performed over the weekend. She actually performed, quite recently. I believe it was Saturday or Sunday at the Lands Music Festival in San Francisco, California. And it was not my intention to obviously come back and talk about this Megan and Tory situation, again, because I did talk about, their whole situation over the weekend. I believe I posted my video on Saturday. So it was not my intention to come back and talk about it again. But, because Megan was outside, this weekend, and she said some things that were a bit shady, and she said some things that were a little bit, abrasive and in a negative manner. I felt like, you know what, I'm gonna have to come back and give my viewers an update to the particular situation that's going on between Megan and Tory. I just could not, have it miss. I did want to ensure that I come back and, keep you guys posted and updated. Okay. So I'm so sorry. I have to like read you all what she said. So there's a bit of context and you actually know like, okay, what is going on? What did she say? So I'm going to read the statement. It says, being a hot girl in general is just not effing easy. That's what she told the crowd. She says, I really appreciate y'all. So today I just want to say F all my haters. None of that shit you was doing or saying broke me. None of that shit y'all was doing or saying to the hotties broke them. And then she proceeded to say, I want all the hotties to put their mother effing middle finger up right now. Whoo, child, like the shade, the shade, the shade, the shade. And what I kind of found was a little bit shady too is like, Tory just got his sentence, and it seems like you were kind of, eager for him to like get the sentence, get it out of the way, and then come back outside to just, throw shots and throw shade. I felt like, that was not really called for on her part. And again, I can't reiterate enough that she is a victim in this situation. What she went through, no one should have to go through that. Of course, it was a traumatizing experience, I'm sure, for her. But the fact that she came out and she mentioned this statement to the crowd, I was like, okay, she wants all the smoke. Like, homegirl out here is throwing shots. I felt like, yes, she came out back outside and she was performing, but I feel like she should not have taken, a negative approach. Of course, she could have thanked her fans, for their support, for rocking with her, for sticking up for her when people are saying, not so nice things towards her and her situation. But I don't feel like she should have took the route of saying like, F my haters and I don't care about my haters and y'all never broke me. And I feel like she should have leave that in the past. Of course, like people are going to say whatever they want to say, but I feel like never give people this sort of inclination that what they're saying about you is sort of bothering you or you're bothered by it. Like, just we all have haters. Let the haters watch, but show them that, what, I'm not going to take the negative approach, and I'm not going to stoop down to your level. I'm going to let my music do the talking, and I'm going to continue coming out here, putting out inspiring music, putting out inspiring music that people can bump to, people can dance to, and people can have a good time to. And I'm not going to address you, and eventually when you see that I'm not addressing you, you're going to stop. I think that's the general rule of thumb for like anyone that's hating. If you sort of ignore the situation, it not only shows resilience, but it shows that I don't give a damn. You could continue talking all you want to. I'm never going to even pay you any attention, and I'm not even going to address it. So I feel like her coming out and, saying F her haters, that opens up even more of a can of worms for her. Because I feel like people are going to go at her even more now, because a lot of people, obviously, it's quite obvious that they're very upset that, Tory got this substantial sentencing. As I mentioned before, they feel like, this particular sentencing did not equate to the crime. They feel like, it was unjust. And you sort of coming and adding fuel to the fire and, just saying F the haters and I don't care about y'all. I feel like you're setting yourself up for failure even more, and setting yourself up for people to bully you even further. And I'm just gonna give my honest opinion. Like, Megan, I feel like you're lying. Like, you're saying that you don't care. I feel like that's a front. You clearly mentioned prior to this, and I know she did release a statement in court last week, in which she said she did not have any sort of peace, as it relates to this particular situation between her and Tory. So how come now you're coming? I know a lot of people want to show it that they're resilient, that they're confident, but you can do that without, throwing shade or being abrasive or throwing shots. Like, you could have, I think that's the approach that she should have Tucker, that in my opinion. And why would you want to invite haters to hate you even more? And as I said, a lot of people are upset about this situation. I'm even seeing online, since Shade Room posted the story, and a lot of people are upset. They're saying, like, free Tory, how dare she come out and say this. So I feel like, Megan, going forward, if you're going to your performance, just forget about, put this all behind you. You feel like you have gotten justice because, of course, Tory is locked up for a long period of time, like almost a decade. We don't know if he's going to do the decade, but he's locked up for a long period of time. Put this behind you, and your focus now should be on positivity and bringing out music for your fans. I don't feel like you need to throw shade. Like, what more could you ask for? The man, Tory, got like 10 years. Like, come on now. Like, he went to jail. What more do you want? What is throwing a little shade here and there really gonna do? Like, it's just worthless in my opinion. And again, I know she's a victim. I know that she's gone through something horrific that no one should have to go through, but we do need to be realistic, in regards to what we're saying to Megan Thee Stallion. We don't want to, of course, you can support her, but then you could also tell the truth if you see her doing something that is not the best approach, in my opinion, period. But aside from that, I love the fact that, Tori also came out, prior to her obviously performing. He did come out and, posted a story on his Instagram account, because I do follow Tori. So I was able to see, his statement that he put forth. And he said, in his statement, for those that did not get to see it or watch it, he said in his story, in no way, shape, or form was I apologizing for the charges I'm being wrongfully convicted of. He said, I remain on the stands that I refuse to apologize for something I did not do. And I have to admire, of course, you know, Tory Lane's resilience as well, whether he did this or not. Obviously, he's the only one that knows what happened, him and, the other people that were there that night. So we can't really go ahead and pick his side or Megan's side. But I do have to tell the truth. I do feel like, despite all this adversity and things that he has been through, he is standing strong. He is standing confident. He continues to reiterate, the stance that he did not do this, and he's been wrongfully accused of this. So we do have to kind of have the perception of, is there other things that are happening in the industry behind closed doors? Other people are mentioning that it's because he, is an independent artist, that he's sort of getting some sort of punishment. We don't know, but I do have to admire and commend, Tory Lanez for continuing to stick up for himself. Did he make a lot of good choices? Obviously not. Can he learn from this situation? Obviously he can, and I have said that again. Does he need to perhaps do some rehab sessions to help him control alcohol and perhaps anger management? Absolutely, and Megan also has to learn how to also control her alcohol intake as well. It's something that, she is struggling with, and I'm going to be truthful, but that does not negate from the fact that, of course, she was abused. Period. Okay. But yeah, I seen this on social media, and then there was no way that I was not going to talk about it. And I feel like, Megan should sort of, if she is performing at other shows, put this behind her. Don't come out here and throw shots at Tory. He obviously, maybe he has thrown shots at her in the past, because I know some people did mention online that he has bullied her in the past. But, since his sentencing, he did say he still has, love for her. I feel like he's not, continuing to throw shade at you or throw shots at you. You should just leave it alone and put this behind you once and for all. But I'm gonna read you guys, a, a comments from a fan on social media. They said here, all the support in the comments, but none on the charts. Number three, Tori. She's going to do this entire sentence with him, day for day. Trust she'll never know peace. And I agree to a certain extent that if she continues to throw shots, and of course Tory also has his fans that are upset as it relates to the sentencing, she may or may not have peace, and we do have to take that into consideration as well. But then at the same time, she should not have to suffer and have people constantly bully her. We need to have this perception that women should be protected. We shouldn't have to make women feel even more victimized. So I do take the stance that Megan shouldn't be bullied further, but I don't agree that she should come out here and act like y'all could talk from morning to sundown. I don't give a damn. Like, I'm unbothered. I'm gonna act nonchalant. Like, you just said that you had no sense of peace for quite some time. So stop fronting. You can show that vulnerable side to fans. Be realistic. That's just what I'm saying. Like, don't come out here and be lying to your fans. We know that you're not at peace. What you went through was horrible, and stand on that. Period. So that was my, inputs as it relates to her recent performance and the shade that she threw. If you all seen it, let me know in the comment section below what you think, what you thought about what she mentioned about her haters. Do you feel like she should continue to, sort of mention her haters, or do you feel like she should put this behind her? What is your opinion as it relates to the statement that Tory Lanez had put out on the day of sentencing? Yeah, just let's get another debate. The first video was super fun. You guys mentioned your perspective, and you commented, and all of you had really really interesting perceptions that I really really loved. So let's keep it going. So that's all for today for All Kinds of Advice podcast. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Let's keep it growing and flowing. Until next time, take care. Ciao.